It's your man's Kaniva here representing D12 and Detroit. Special shout out to my homie MicroMike out here repping for the Detroit Lions for the great city of Detroit. Detroit versus everyone. Detroit versus everybody. You already know what it is. Much love, MicroMike. Keep doing your thing on YouTube. Keep making videos for those Lions, man. We love them. We have faith in them. One pride. Detroit love. Detroit what?
Ho, ho, ho. That's what my wife calls me sometimes. And have a Merry Christmas. But if you want to enjoy it with some of Detroit Lions fans, you need to go to lionsnationunite.com. Download the app, Lions Nation Unite. Made by Herman Moore. Epic app. Epic guy. Go ahead and follow them on Twitter, Lions Nation U, as well as their YouTube channel, Lions Nation Unite. Also, make sure you go ahead and follow Mr. Kaniva from D12. D12 Kaniva on Twitter. Let him know that I sent you, as well as on YouTube channel. Same thing there as well. Kaniva on YouTube. Tell him that I sent to you. Let's go ahead and see who's up in the building. We got my guy, Patriot MMA. I went to the Middle East, this guy. Huge shout out to him. We got Craig Ferguson in the building. Appreciate you. Zach J. What's up, Zach J? Randy Daniels, Patty Grimes, Alan Dana, Nothing, Anthony number 5, Tim Monroe. We got in the building, and I appreciate. We got Frog the Crop. We got Hearn Mark. What's up, man? I appreciate everybody in the building. Also, we got Mr. Antonio Hightower, man. What's going on, Antonio Hightower?
What's up, guys? Great to be back with you to talk some Lions. Haven't watched a lot of them, and it's ironic. When I start watching, they start winning. I don't know what it is.
It is exactly what we need you to do, is make sure that this happens every week, because winning is much better than losing. That's hashtag facts. But what is also good, besides just winning, is smashing that like button, folks. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Let's get to, I don't know, we're at 33 people in the building. Let's get to 33 likes. Again, Merry Christmas to all, as tomorrow's Christmas Eve. So this is Christmas Eve's Eve. And Merry Christmas to you, Antonio Hightower. Hopefully you're spending a lot with your family. You got anything special going on?
I don't think I have anything special going on, but I am with my family. I got a lot of family in this area already, so I probably will be doing something with my family. I just don't know yet.
That's good. Hey, it's better than not doing anything. We got Lion King in the building. Vash Starwin, what's up, man? Owen, what's up, everybody, man? Dixie Normus, love the freaking name. Is definitely special. Before I get into this, I want to start with a funny story, because my boy's in the building, Patriot MMA. I went to Iraq. I went to Kuwait with this guy. Before we left, it was getting December time, because that's when we got back from there. Right before we left, he did the greatest thing you should never do. We had tents. That's what we slept in, tents. What's up, Jamie List? What's up, man? That's my old boy right there. What's up, Jamie? He goes into the tent where we're all in there. He has a fire extinguisher. He lets the fire extinguisher off in a tent. And Sergeant Major is walking down. Now, if you've ever let off a fire extinguisher in a tent, it makes everything look like there's a snowstorm, and it was hilarious. I was crying, laughing. He's freaking out. Sergeant Major's coming, and that is exactly the type of Christmas we would like to have, a fun one, having a good time. So I appreciate everybody. Hopefully you guys have a great Christmas like we did, even though it was a little bit before. Antonio Hightower, not a single Detroit Lion on the Pro Bowl. What do you think about that, man?
At first, I was like, I can't think of a Lion who deserves to make the Pro Bowl. But then I thought about it. I'm like, wait, where's Jack Fox? If anybody on the Lions deserves to make the Pro Bowl, is Jack Fox. Now, I think he's the only one with a real argument. Yeah, he's kind of only one with a real argument. TJ is kind of an unlucky year for him, because Pitts is in the NFC now. Sewell could have had an argument if there was more injuries. Because if Tyron Smith was injured for most of the year, has been injured this year. So if he was injured longer and that took him out of the conversation, maybe Sewell would have had a better chance, especially because Teron Armstead has been out for the Saints, and he also would have been in that conversation, but he's been injured all year. So I wasn't really surprised, although I think Jack Fox should have made it. But I'm not that surprised that we didn't get anybody in the Pro Bowl.
Yeah, I'm not surprised that nobody got into the Pro Bowl as well. Make sure you guys subscribe to Jamie List. He's got a YouTube channel. He does really sweet projects. It's one of those cool channels that people refurbish things or make things. Those type of channels, really freaking cool. Yeah, I'm not surprised at all. I thought Amani Aworiye potentially would get into the Pro Bowl. I think he's a Pro Bowl snub. But again, we all know this, that when it comes to the Pro Bowl, it's nothing but a popularity contest. We talk about all the time. It doesn't really mean anything. Why do we get upset about it? Because it doesn't mean anything, and that's just the way that it is. I thought Jack Fox would not be in there because we'd never go for it on fourth down. Punting seems to not happen anymore to the Detroit Lions, so that was the kind of thing I'm like, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Somebody asked, is Jared Goff going to be playing in this game? It's not confirmed yet if he will or not. I'm going to go on the side caution that he's not going to be playing, but he's got to have 2 negative tests in 48 hours. What will happen, Antonio Hightower, if Tim Boyle plays instead of Jared Goff? Do we have a chance?
If Tim Boyle plays instead of Jared Goff, we are going to lose. What is we have? The other one. Why do I forget his name? But if we put Boyle in there, we're gonna lose. We all saw how Boyle looked in the Browns game because at the time, everybody at the time was really hating Jared Goff, and everybody was like, "Well, it can't get worse. Let's throw in Tim Boyle." And everybody was like, "Oh yeah, it actually got worse." You throw Tim Boyle in there, you're probably not winning that game. Give David Blau a chance.
You know, I'm actually with you, man. I think that the Detroit Lions should give David Blau a chance if Jared Goff can't go because we already kind of know we got Tim Boyle. Now, understand that when it comes to Tim Boyle, he was given a bad hand. It was nasty weather for Pittsburgh, and our offense was still pretty much cheeks at that point. But still, man, he wasn't doing good in preseason. Every time he's been doing something, he hasn't done any good. Let me know in the comment section if Jared Goff cannot go. Would you rather see David Blau put DB for David Blau or Tim Boyle? TB, let me know. Well, clearly we want Jared Goff to play. He gives us the best chance to win. That's kind of funny because we wouldn't have said that 2 months ago. Matter of fact, 5 weeks ago. But let me know, who do you guys want, Tim Boyle or David Blau? TB or DB? And I will do a little snap poll real quick on that and see what you guys think. We got Randy Dennis says we shouldn't win a game. Where are you guys? DBs. Let's see it. Let's see it. Let's see it. We got one DB. We got Smiley Del Rosa. What's up, Smiley? Appreciate you in this bug. We got her and Mark, DB. David Blau, we getting in rhythm. Yes, we are, Vash. DB by Zach. We got DB. We got a TB by Randy Daniels. We got one TB to the rest DBs. We're rocking, I would say, about an 80% chance of David Blau's. Aaron Glenn is a godsend. Yes, he is. David Blau has more starting experience. That is true. We got Steve DeJong. He says David Blau. Dixie Normus. He's definitely a big one. He said that he wants Tim Boyle. Tim Boyle by Patty Grimes. Okay, looks like it's starting to kind of even out a little bit. I would say 60% David Blau to 40% Tim Boyle. Charles Davis rocking with the DB as well. Colonel Lingus, Dixie Normus, David Blau, 08 as a starter. That is true. That is true. Hey, it's not. I thought it'd be a little bit more.
Also plays for the
Antonio
Lions.
Hightower. Go ahead.
Yeah, like David Blau's 08 the starter, which I didn't know that, but he also plays for the Lions. If you're gonna win, if you're gonna be a QB and you're trying to win, the Lions are gonna mess up any kind of winning percentage you got.
That is true.
But
That is true for sure. What do you make of these injuries? And today, it looked like our good defensive back, Amani Aworiye, did not practice. If he cannot go, what does that mean for our secondary that's already banged up?
oh man, I don't know what they're gonna do, honestly, because I mean, Akuda's already gone. You got so many injuries going on as a team as a whole, and he's one of the few bright spots. He was playing at a good level, not like a high level, but he's playing well. Getting turnovers. You losing him, that's a big thing to lose. You losing you're arguably probably your best playmaker on defense, your best corner, and teams already can kind of pick us apart when they pass. So losing him, man, that's can't lose him. You can't lose him.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. We got to have Amani Oruwariye. This guy's been a stud game in and game out. We're already hurting with all our defensive backs. We're in a world of pain right now. And that would push Harris, though, is basically our number one cornerback, and it looks like Melifonwu could return in the game. If that's the case, if Melifonwu can return, what would you want to see from him in this game?
Um, what would I want to see? I want to see him just play well. Rookie corners. It usually take corners a bit as rookies to get adjusted, unless you're like AJ Terrell, because for some reason he was amazing. Yeah, usually it takes rookie corners. I mean, it usually take corners a while to adjust. Corners arguably the most difficult position to play in the NFL, with how offenses are striving and how the rules are set and how and everything. So it usually takes those guys a while to adjust. So if anything, just play to show flashes. Yeah, really at this point, just show flashes, or just play. You could play well. Just don't try not to make too many mistakes. Um, that's really all I expect from him. My expectations for rookie corners really aren't that high because honestly, it's kind of hard to have high expectations. Even some of the top picks for rookie corners, it takes them a little while to adjust. So my expectations aren't that high. All I just want to see is just see at this point just show some flashes of what you could be.
What is a major matchup that you're paying attention to with the Detroit Lions versus the Atlanta Falcons on Sunday? What is one guy the Detroit Lions need to pay attention to that you would tell the subscribers listening right now?
Let me tell you something, guys. The Atlanta Falcons have a tight end, and that man is dangerous. His name is Kyle Pitts, and we can't put no safety on him. Can't put no linebacker on him. It's not gonna work. We need to put if anybody need to be on him, it might be Melifonwu. I'm not gonna lie, and that might not be the greatest thing for him, but he's the only one with the length to match up with him because Kyle Pitts is 6'6" with monster wingspan. Right, he's gonna catch over anybody smaller than him, and he can outrun DBs even. So Kyle Pitts is the one you want to watch out for. That guy is dangerous. I seen him. I remember I was watching when they played the Dolphins. He was giving Xavier and Howard work. That's a corner, a top corner, top tier corner, giving him problems. That guy's dangerous.
He is very dangerous, and I'm going to be very curious to see what type of game plan Aaron Glenn puts up for Mr. Pitts there, because we did a hell of a game plan against the Arizona Cardinals. Absolutely stunning the way that they decided to contain Kyler Murray and their weapons. Can they replicate this type of success against he's not a mobile quarterback, but he's got a real good weapon in Kyle Pitts that is outsized and can outmatch a lot of our defenders. How do you think we should be able to contain Kyle Pitts?
Honestly, at this point, you probably just got to double him. You got to put what you probably have to do is you probably got to put like Melifonwu on him, kind of make him play underneath and put some safety help over the top. Because a lot of the guys, the problem with a guy like Kyle Pitts is if you put most guys on him, they're either not big enough, they're either not long enough, or they're not fast enough. So Melifonwu, he at least has the length to contend with him. He probably doesn't have the greatest speed to contend with him, but he has the length to contend with him. So just put Melifonwu with him, kind of make him play a lot of like really heavy underneath and give him some like safety help over the top, just in case Kyle Pitts gets vertical on him. That's probably the best thing you can do. because like the best matchups for like a Kyle Pitts guy, those are the rare guys. Those are like the Simmons, the Jeremy Chins, ironically, a guy coming out of this draft, Kyle Hamilton. Those are the guys that really match up well with him, and those guys are rare.
Yeah, I think for us to contain the weapons and Kyle Pitts is simply just get to Matt Ryan and make him throw the ball early. I think that's what we got to do. Charles Harris, he's got to be the guy for us again. He was outstanding Sunday against the Arizona Cardinals. Replicate that. Matt Ryan is nothing like Kyler Murray, and he was chasing down Kyler Murray. So if you can get to Matt Ryan, we can. If this defense can do anything like they did last week, we can win this game. I think it is possible, even if Tim Boyle is the quarterback. If Jared Goff's the quarterback, I feel like the Detroit Lions should win this game, just not 100%. But I think that Aaron Glenn can put a nice scheme to stop Mr. Pitts. And so we're not in the pits because of him wrecking our defense. I see the Lions doing a good job. I mean, we even let Jefferson from the Vikings destroy us, and we still won the game. And I think that was kind of, hey, we're going to only let one guy beat us at this point. So I think we can do a good game plan to contain this offense. And if one guy wrecks a little bit, we can still come out with the win. How many more losing seasons till Detroit Lions become like the Eugene, Oregon Lions? Well, if they become the Eugene, Oregon Lions, I could still go ahead and root for them since I'm from Oregon. That would be freaking awesome, I guess. Not you guys. I don't think you'd like that at all. I don't think you want a West Coast team, but that'd be kind of funny for sure. Make sure you go ahead and subscribe to Raw Detroit YouTube channel. That is TA. He is very good, loves talking prospects about all the players coming into the NFL to help out the Detroit Lions. That's basically, he's got 30-some videos on there about that. So if you want to learn about prospects, that's exactly how you build a team, is drafting and finding individuals to help this team. So go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Also, we got 91 in the building. Let's get to 75 likes. Smash, smash, smash that like button. Let's get into predictions for this game. After predictions, we'll go to you guys for the comment section, and we'll have a good time doing so. Give me a bold prediction in this game, Mr. Antonio Hightower.
I think I'm gonna go with Cordell Patterson will have over 150 total yards.
Sheesh.
That guy is dangerous. I was talking about Kyle Pitts is their biggest threat. He ain't that far behind. He's arguably should have made the Pro. He should have made the Pro Bowl too, if we're being honest. That guy is dangerous.
That is a bad bold prediction. I definitely do not want that to occur. That would be terrible. I'll make a bold prediction. Craig Reynolds rushes for 150 yards. Yes, Craig Reynolds rushes for 150 yards, and that will help us to hopefully get a win. What's that?
Oh, I thought you were saying trade DeAndre Swift.
No, can't trade DeAndre, so we're not trading him. You can't trade. It's not the season's not over yet. Trade deadline. Bold prediction in the comment section. I got Aleem McNeil gets 2 sacks. That's freaking really bold right there from an interior defensive lineman. That would be nice. Noma's J says, "What up, Doe? What up, Doe?" We got Vash Starwin. What's you guys' bold prediction in the chat? Let me know. Amon-Ra St. Brown will get over 100 receiving yards. Interesting. How many yards do you think Amon-Ra St. Brown will get on Sunday?
What? Maybe 40? Here's the problem Amon-Ra's coming into. You were speaking about Pro Bowl, and there's actually the Falcons have arguably 2 Pro Bowl snubs. One is Cordell Patterson. The other one, it's a corner, came out the same draft as Jeff Okudah, AJ Terrell. And if that guy has been amazing for the Falcons at corner, he's been playing at a Pro Bowl level, even on the defense that hasn't really been playing that well. So if AJ Terrell is his matchup, maybe 50? I don't know, because I don't. That's not the best matchup for him. If he can get matched up on the other corners, That's a better chance for him. But just as long if it's AJ Terrell in front of him, it's gonna be a problem.
We got a super chat from XX Dat Cookie. Do XX. Appreciate you, 99 super chat, man. God bless you. Merry Christmas to you. I really appreciate it. That's what it's all about, man. Really, really appreciate it. If you got a question, throw it in the comment section. I'll make sure to answer it for you. Just throw it in there, and I will answer it for you. Antonio Hightower, score prediction. No, we'll do 2 score predictions because we don't know who the starting quarterback is going to be, and I think that's only fair to do 2 score predictions because if Jared Goff is playing, it will be different than Tim Boyle. So let's do 2 score predictions. I want to see your score predictions in the chat. Patriot MMA says 24-21 Lions win. What is your score prediction if Jared Goff plays?
If he plays.
Yes.
If he doesn't play, 24, actually no, wait, 31-17 if he doesn't play.
Okay. So do it again for if he plays because I didn't hear it.
If he plays, 27-24 Falcons win.
Okay, so a close one. A close one. Okay. Hey, that'd be a great bold prediction, Don Burr. Getting Motor City Dan Campbell on here. That would be epic. That would be epic. There's another guest I'm trying to get on here, man, and hopefully it does happen. Let's see your predictions before I get to mine. We got 42-14 Falcons by Owen. 24-27 Lions by Randy Daniels. We got 24-21 Lions by Mr. Super Chat. Appreciate you, XX Dat Cookie. 27-17 Lions with Goff. Lions 28, Falcons 3. Woo! Oh, he says I'm playing. Lions 27, Atlanta Falcons 14. Reynolds, St. Brown both get 100 yards. That would be really nice, Patty Grimes. So it's a mixture bag. I will do 2 mixtures. If Jared Goff does not play, the Lions lose this game. I would say 24-20. Lions lose this game. If Jared Goff does not play, Tim Boyle is quarterback. If Jared Goff does play, I'm going to switch around. Lions win 24-20. I think Jared Goff's getting extremely confident. I really can see it in the last 4 games. It's no coincidence. He's getting better. Craig Reynolds and Josh Reynolds are helping him out, and I think that the Lions' passing game can continue to get a little bit better. We got 35-21 Lions with Goff, 27-17 without Goff. We got 27-20 by No Miss J. Falcons 24-20 Lions by Raw Detroit. Goff was named FedEx Player of the Week yesterday, beating out Aaron Rodgers and Patrick Mahomes. Look, it's no coincidence. And you know what? He's making players around him that's not the greatest. It's not like he's got the greatest wide receiver core. They're playing pretty good. And I think it does help that you have a Josh Reynolds in there, and Craig Reynolds Brap. They're doing it, man. We got Emerald Eyes. Roar, what's up? I'm not a Jared Goff fan. You don't have to be. I don't think really any of us are a Jared Goff fan, but he gives us a better chance to win than the other guys. Amon-Ra St. Brown reminds me of Golden Tate. Hugh Janus. Who does Amon-Ra St. Brown remind you of, Antonio Hightower?
From the same college. Kind of reminds me of Juju Smith-Schuster in a way. He's not as big or as strong as Juju or as like physically imposing, but he kind of reminds me of Juju in a way. I could see the Golden Tate comparisons, but like to me, like a Golden Tate comparison would be more of a guy like Kadarius Toney.
Okay. Folks, if you got questions, it is time for us to know about them. It is the Mailbag segment. We go live, we talk, we get back to you. You can ask us any question you want. Do a hashtag Lions or a hashtag something. It's just so I can see it, and when I see it, I can answer it. Questions come in fast. If I miss a question, it is not that I'm ignoring it. It's because I missed it. And Merry Christmas to you, Dr. Detroit. And everybody else out there, if I miss it, don't think I'm ignoring it. Just repost it. Just repost it, and then we will get to it. That's just the way that it works, man. It's not as easiest to get to it every single time because I am one guy doing this bad boy. So make sure you comment. We will get after it. Let's see. Hines Ward is who Lynn said Amon-Ra St. Brown reminds him of. Now that is a good comparison because Hines Ward was a brutal wide receiver, maybe knocking people down. Antonio Hightower.
Oh yeah, I can see these. I can see some of these comparisons. I get them. Um, I don't know if Amon-Ra is, I guess to say as strong or as physical as those guys, but he's a very physical and tough wide receiver in his own right.
Have a good one there, Patriot MMA. Got a question. Who's a free agent we need to target? I like Allen Robinson or Chris Godwin. Yes, you know what? I like Allen Robinson, but these injuries has been scaring me with all these wide receivers. Maybe Mike Williams too out of San Diego. That could be a wide receiver the Lions target. Allen Robinson. What free agent should the Lions target, Antonio Hightower?
Oh, he said one of them, and that person is Chris Godwin because
Yep.
he's like the top wide receiver who's hitting the market who's not super old. I mean, Devontae's 29, Allen Robinson's 29, Godwin's only 26. He's only 26. And he's really good. Honestly, he's been. I mean, I don't know. This year's kind of up and down, but he's shown that he could be better than Mike Evans, and people love Mike Evans. So Chris Godwin is definitely one. If J.C. Jackson hits the market, we need to go after him heavy because J.C. Jackson is that guy. He's kind of what people think Trayvon Diggs is.
Mm-hmm.
He's kind of what people think Trayvon Diggs is because he is an amazing cover corner, unlike Diggs, and he still gets picks, which is crazy that he does that. So, Godwin, JC, Mike Williams would be interesting, but the problem with Mike Williams is, it's just injuries with him. He's kind of always been injured throughout his career so far. He got injured this year too. And another wide receiver, I think we should also go out to Michael Gallup for the Cowboys. He's also not super old, only 26. I think he's kind of underrated.
I've been talking about him before even the season started of getting Michael Gallup.
I think he's been underrated for years.
Mm-hmm.
I think he could be a real number 2 wide receiver.
I think he can be our bigger Marvin Jones Jr.
Yeah, he could be
what I think.
He could be real nice. He could be a real number 2 with Godwin as your number 1. And your passing game, it would at least have some potential. Now, it's going to have a cap on it because you have a Jared Goff as your quarterback, which is why you draft a quarterback. But those are some guys. Those are just some guys I go after. Mostly wide receivers.
Question here from Steve. He says, do you see the Lions promoting Ben Johnson to offensive coordinator? Yes, I do. I'm just going to say it right now. I do expect it, and that goes to Zach J's question. Who replaces Lynn? I expect it to be Ben Johnson. That's what I expect our offensive coordinator to be. Let's see. Which players should the Lions pay attention to in the Orange Bowl and the Cotton Bowl? Antonio Hightower.
He said Orange Bowl and the Cotton Bowl. Well, not to be obvious, but I guess you got to pay attention to Hutch. You got to pay attention to Hutch.
If they win
there's another guy to say.
If they win it, I think he's bona fide one.
Also, I also heard he's going to the Senior Bowl, so he's gonna get a few chances to prove himself. But
who do we draft if we end up winning out? I think we'd probably be like the 5th pick. Who do you think we would draft? Maybe Kyle Hamilton? I think that's who I'd take.
At that point, I think you got to go Hamilton at that point if he lasts that long. I don't know if he lasts to 5. I think he might go 4 If you, but if Hamilton is there at 5, you get him. I don't think he's going to be there. So at that point, you might have to. Stingley might be the move at that point. If Hamilton is gone, Thibodeau's gone, and Hutch is gone, at that point, Stingley's probably you got.
We got to trade Decker to the Bears for draft capital since they have a terrible offensive line for Justin. No. No.
No,
No.
no, trade him to the Giants.
Why trade him? He's doing fine now, I feel like. I mean, I guess
Well, you
if you wanted
drafted.
to,
I mean, you
like, if
drafted,
there's an upgrade, but there's so many positions I feel like we can fill at this point.
but well, hey, we've all acknowledged that Sewell's true position is gonna be a left tackle,
Yeah, we
right?
do. We know that,
So we
yes.
so we might as well get the transition moving now because Decker's contract expires in what,
But then
4 years?
you would have to get like Evan Neal. And then you're
You
instead
you
of
d-
getting
but you
a Trey or a Kayvon Thibodeau or an Aiden Hutchinson or a Kyle Hamilton, you're just replacing the same position with another position.
I disagree from this standpoint. This tackle draft is really deep. You don't have to get Neil. You just kind of need a guy. You just need a really talented guy. Honestly, you don't even need a guy who can start right now. You just
Well,
need a
what are you
guy
gonna
you can
get? They don't even have
develop.
a first pick. They only have a first round pick. The Bears.
No, the Giants? Not to the
Oh
Giants,
no,
because
the
the Giants
Giants. They
have
got two. They're not going to be
two
trading one of
top
those first.
tens.
Yeah, they're not going to trade a top 10 pick
Hey,
for
listen, I
Taylor
think
Decker.
if they do want to stick with Daniel Jones, we can come up with a trade packet that will make them give up one of those picks. Just one. I don't know about two.
I'll give them
We ain't getting
I'll
two.
give them Trey Flowers and Mike Valenti. They like Mike Valenti over there. I
But
think
yeah,
that's what we'll do.
but yeah, but yeah. I
Who
do
will
think
be
this
the
is the
biggest
time to move up.
sleeper we could draft in the later rounds? This is a good question. How about this? I'll say this: linebacker Mike Jones. That could be a sleeper.
What's considered the later rounds?
6th, 7th round, 5th maybe.
Ooh, 6th, 7th, and 5th. Um, well, I guess. Well, I do got a few guys. I think the guys I'm thinking of, they might be going in the 4th. They might be going around the 4th. I think we still need another linebacker.
Yep.
We could go after a guy like DeMarvin Overshawn. He's a safety who moved to linebacker. It's probably going to take him a little bit to develop because he needs to gain some weight. He's like 217, 220 around there. So he needs to gain some weight, but that could be a guy because he's looking at Isaiah Polamalu. If that name sounds familiar, he's related to Troy Polamalu,
Does he
big
have
safety
glorious
from
hair?
USC. I think he has dreads. Oh,
Yep.
I don't know.
I'm
Is
going to
it?
try to get some of these questions really quick because I'm really falling behind. What do you think about the 22 quarterbacks class? I haven't really looked at 2023. I try to stay within. I deep into 1 year's draft, and then I'll wait till week 4 of the next year. What do I think about this year's draft class? I don't think they're as bad as the media says they are. I don't. I just think you can find a quarterback that there's some question marks on everybody. You got injuries with Strong. You have accuracy issues with Ritter. You have being raw with Malik Willis. There's always something you got when it comes to each quarterback. There's something there, but it doesn't mean that they're bad. I just think there's question marks. Let's see. I seen one mock draft. They had the Giants trade to number 2 for the Lions pick. Lions get 5 in a second round and a third rounder. I would like that. Let's see. Would you rather sign a free agent wide receiver or free safety in free agency? I'm not gonna lie. I'd say both. I think we need both. I think they need to get a safety in free agency, a wide receiver in free agency, and draft a safety because Will Harris is not going to be a safety. Dean Marlowe's not going to be here. You're going to have Tracy Walker. So you're going to have to you want to have 4 safeties on the roster. So I would say both. Do both there. What our Lions need most? Offensive lineman, defensive lineman. Let's see. Does he know Godwin got hurt? Yes, he does. Godwin got hurt, and it seems like all the wide receivers got hurt here that are in free
Yeah.
agents. What is your rating on Dan Campbell this year? I'm going to give him a B+ right now. I think he had some good moments. I think he's had some bad moments. Ben Johnson, OC, would be a great Christmas present. Well, I think you're going to probably get it. Let's see. In the offseason, who are you cutting? Trey Flowers is my number one cut. That's exactly who I'm cutting right there. Trying to get to the questions so I can get caught back up. I do apologize. Again, if you don't have a hashtag, I can't see it. So, who are you cutting? I'm cutting Trey Flowers. That's my number one cut. Who are you cutting?
Panay Sewell. I'm kidding.
I'll just say
I
I'm about
guess
to find you. I'm about to beat you.
then who cut? Because I was about to say Brockers, but I think you can probably trade him. Maybe I was
Yeah, I don't.
smart.
I actually looked at his contract. I don't think it's really too cuttable. It's not fair. Let me. While
Yes,
you look for another
that's what I
person, let me
thought.
look it up really quick.
I'm thinking maybe hmm, it's other than Trey Flowers. There's not really many people I could think of to truly cut. Maybe Big V, but you can probably trade Big V at this point. His contract has reached a point where it's tradable. So I guess Will Harris actually.
Okay, so here's the cap hit for Michael Brockers. Nearly $9 million cap hit and dead cap hit of nearly $8 million. So you're losing out of $1 million.
Well, wait. Yeah, so you gain a mil. That's
No,
you only gain a
you're
mil.
gonna
Wait, what?
his cap hit. Yes, you gain 1
Oh
million.
wait,
You're gonna gain 1 million. So that's what you
that's
would get.
post. And this cap stuff's confusing.
Now Vati
Got
Vaitai, his cap hit is 8.4 million, or in his dead cap is 4.2. So you would gain 4.2 million.
yeah. The problem is, I think you could probably trade him to somebody. Somebody's gonna be desperate enough to get a left guard that they'll trade for him.
So yeah, Flowers is terrible for sure. Let's see. David Bell out of Purdue is my number one wide receiver. I'm looking at the draft, and I hope Brad Holmes is looking at him hard too.
Mm,
Antonio Jenkins, I think he will be available in the second round. If you want to go
yeah.
David Bell out of Purdue, I like him as well. He's a big guy. I had him in one of my mock drafts. This wide receiver depth is insane in this draft.
Yeah.
And if you want to get him, you don't have to get him at 24, 25. He will be there at the 34th pick.
Honestly, if you trade Decker, you could really come up with a pass game with some true upside in this draft. If you get like a QB, if you get a guy like Traylon Burks, because honestly,
Yeah.
Traylon Burks is kind of like baby DK. He's
Yeah,
kind of like,
I'm starting to grow on him a little bit more, Traylon Burks.
I mean, he's like what? He's 6'3", almost 230, and it's gonna run like a 4.3, 4.4. That guy is large and fast. Um, get you a QB. There's some tight end. This tight end draft is pretty all right. You got, well, I know the guy Wademeyer. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Wademeyer from A&M. He hasn't done a lot. There's Isaiah Likely. I like him. Billingsley is the guy. I don't know where he's going because nobody seems to have the same opinion on him. Because honestly, he's barely played for Alabama. He's kind of like Evan Ingram in a way, but yeah, he's kind of like Evan Ingram in a way. I don't think his hands are as bad as Evan Ingram, but he kind of hasn't played as much as I thought he would for Alabama. So, but yeah, you can get some real, especially offensively, you can get some real offensive talent in this draft, which is why you trade Decker.
What is going on, Rams House? Appreciate you coming in here. Make sure you subscribe to Rams House, does all Rams content. Obviously, our former quarterback is over there, and it's important to see what the Rams are doing. The more they lose, the better our draft pick is, or if you're a Stafford fan, you can root for him as well. What happens if Goff continues to play really well next year and he plays himself into a franchise guy of the future spot? If he plays really well, where he becomes a franchise guy, then it's just a win-win for the trade. Do I think that's going to occur? Probably not. I still think the Lions need to look at quarterback. I just don't think they're going to do it high this year, especially after the 4 games. I think they're going to go, like I said, it's going to be edge, safety, wide receiver, mix the order. That's the way I see it. It's going to be, I think, quarterback potentially, if they want to look, would be in the 3rd round, or maybe if a Sam Howell fell to the second round, or if they like Desmond Ridder. But, I think that Jared Goff, he's going to be our quarterback next year, and I think we all know this due to the contract. So this is what I expect. I expect him to be better than he was this year because he's going to have more weapons. We're going to draft a wide receiver. We're going to pick one up in free agency that's going to give him more weapons. We're going to be healthier than ever with Frank Ragnow coming back, TJ Hawkinson coming back, the offensive line together for another year. So he'll have his opportunity to prove he can be the guy. I just think that he's probably not the guy. Who are some sleepers the Lions can look at in the later rounds? Yeah, I was telling you, man, like I said, like Mike Jones, linebacker, is actually supposed to be a first-round pick before the season started. He's fallen to, I would suggest, around the 7th round now. I think that could be a guy the Detroit Lions could pick up. There's some really good players out there. If they wanted to find even a running back, it just depends. It just depends. We've talked about it. It just depends who falls. We really don't. The thing how this draft is, we really don't know how it's going to go. We don't know who's going to fall. Every year a quarterback falls. Antonio Hightower, who do you think's going to fall? What quarterback do you think's going to fall?
Honestly, it might be Pickett or it could be Corral. I think Corral could fall. But now in the scenario that the Senior Bowl goes by and Willis kind of looks Josh Allen-ish at the Senior Bowl, he might fall. But I think I don't know how far he would fall though. I think his physical traits would stop his fall from going too far. But if he doesn't have the greatest Senior Bowl, he could fall. But I think if there's any quarterback specifically that could fall, I think it could be Matt Corral.
Because he's so skinny. And that's the thing I don't like about him. He's really skinny. I wonder if the guys who told Holmes to sign Trinity Benson is still in the building to trade for him. I hope he's definitely got traded away with the Mike Valenti and Trey Flowers trade to New York. Yeah, that was a terrible decision. What's Tone have against the Lions left and right tackles? He's just upset that he was wrong about Penei Sewell.
I wasn't wrong. All I said was he was not a generational talent and he wasn't the best tackle in his class. And he hasn't been. And he hasn't been.
Oh my God!
You said hashtag Sewell a bust.
I did. I changed that to overdrafted, and I will say, if the draft goes back around, Sewell probably don't go top 10. Now, Micah jumps in there, which I didn't expect Micah jumping in there. Fields probably jumps in there because the fact that he fell to 11 was crazy. But I said he was overdrafted, and I stand by it.
I say Justin Fields would go ahead of Zach Wilson. Zach Wilson's kind of laying an egg over there. Who can the Lions get defensive line after the 2nd pick? I don't even know if they really want to do that. We already went interior defensive line. We're going to go defensive line with that 1st pick.
Well,
Do you really want to continue to do? Who would you want them to get in defensive line after the 2nd, 1st pick? If you're going to go that route.
so the thing about this edge class is it's pretty deep. Now they just lost. The draft is one of the guys who was in the draft. He's in some problems right now. So Adam Anderson, y'all probably heard of him. He's he got some stuff going on right now. So I don't know what's going on with him. But outside of him, this guy's like Nick Benito. I think he could probably be around in the 2nd or 3rd round. Speed rusher could really be nice for us. I don't know where Zach Harrison is gonna go because I think what is his name? The guy from the both I think Hutch and the other guy from Michigan, like Odogbo, I forget his name is. Ogagbo, whatever his
Ojabo,
name is. I think Jabo, I think they're
not
both might be going ahead of
Odogbo.
Harrison. Yeah, Ojagbo. I think he's going to get ahead of Harrison. I think Karlofkis is going to get ahead of Harrison. I think Thibodeau's going to head of Harrison. So I think a guy like Jack Harrison, who's super talented, he could fall into like the second. Now the problem is with this guys like MJ Sanders, Drake Jackson. I don't know where he's gonna go because somebody's gonna draft him high. Somebody's gonna draft him just off the talent. So honestly, I could see him going anywhere from like the first, like what mid to late first to early to mid second. Those are some guys you could take a look at. Now, like I said, Adam Anderson is out. What might be out, and if he's out, that's gonna push up some guys. But if you want like a guy who could be in the third round, I don't know if he's coming out this year. He probably will be. Nolan Smith. Now, if you don't know who Nolan Smith is, super talented edge rusher. If you have heard about Kayvon Thibodeau, he's coming out. Kayvon Thibodeau was the number two, I think he was number two player in the country. Nolan
Yes,
Smith was
I
the number
just
one
don't
guy.
want to, man. I don't want to because we're going to be going edge with that first pick. That seems like it's going to happen. We already got. We're going to have Charles Harris. I feel like we're going to re-sign. Julian and Romeo Aqua are going to be on the team. Then you're going to have Hutchinson or Kayvon Thibodeau. We already got the interior. I'd be like, take this third pick and maybe get a safety or a linebacker, something, man.
Well, I do think we need another five tech because if we're gonna get rid of Brockers, we're gonna need a true five, especially because I don't know how Levi's gonna be doing as a run defender, and Romeo is not much of a run defender, and Julian definitely isn't. So I think we're gonna need a five, especially if we're gonna be getting rid of Brockers. Now I don't really know any true fives in this class. Maybe I forget the guy from Alabama's name. Maybe like a Matt.
This is time to make some money. Go to chatsports.com/Lions bet. Bet on the Lions and Falcons. Right now, the Lions are a +5. That means we're the underdog by 5 points. The Lions have been covering all freaking season long. And if you would have bet on the Lions to cover last week, yeah, you'd be in some money. To put in the promo code Lions125, you get a 125% deposit bonus. Chatsports.com/Lions bet to make some of that money. Somebody posted in the chat, what linebacker should we go to? If we decide to go linebacker, I got to find where the question's at. I think you could get Nakobe Dean will be a good linebacker to get, probably there in the second first-round pick. That could be a guy that you can look at for sure that potentially would be there. There's a couple good linebackers if they do want to go that route, I would like. Let's see.
Yeah.
Redraft the 2021 quarterback. Redraft. Okay. Let's do a redraft really quick with the quarterbacks. We'll just do 5 spots. Who do you got going first? I'll do second, you do third, fourth, and then fifth. Who do you got going first?
I guess we gotta go with Big Trev, the fake
Yeah.
generational talent.
Yeah, I think he would go, Trevor Lawrence would go first. I'm going to go ahead and go Mac Jones number 2. Who you got number 3?
Ooh. I guess. Are we keeping the teams the same? Are they the same teams or is it just rankings?
We'll do same teams.
Because if it's same teams, I'm still going Trey Lance number 3. I think the 49ers still go Trey
Yeah, I
Lance.
think they would too. And then 4, that would leave, I'd go Zach Wilson to the Chicago Bears. And I forgot who else is last. We did Justin Fields? No, Justin Fields would, Justin Fields would go back to Chicago, then it'd be Zach Wilson to New England. Interesting. Interesting. Who is my top 3 quarterbacks in this year's draft? I would say I think Malik Willis is my number 1. I like Malik Willis. I do. I think he's got the potential to be really good. Kenny Pickett, he's got smaller hands, but I think his accuracy is pretty solid. And I do like Sam Howell is number 3. What about you, Antonio Hightower?
My number 1 is Malik Willis. Number 2, there's a gap. Number 3, there's a gap. But I guess I have to pick number 2. Number 2 would be what's his name? How did I forget his name? The Ole Miss quarterback. Man, Matt Corral. That's how y'all bad he is. I could barely remember his name. But yeah, Matt Corral number 2. And I guess since his rankings based on current, I guess. Wait, am I picking who I'd want? Because if I'm picking who I'd want, the number is the rankings on who I'd want.
Who would you take?
Oh, well, number 2 is Ritter, and number 3 might be Emory Jones.
Okay.
I guess number 3 is Emory Jones.
I think Ritter has a really high ceiling. I do, man.
Yeah.
I like this guy's high ceiling. I can't wait to see him in the game here coming up here shortly. I tell you what, man, if he beats Alabama, we won't be talking about a second-round pick. Let's see. Lions, who are your starting running backs? Ooh, and you want to go in particular order. Oh, man. I know this is gonna make a lot of people mad because everyone likes DeAndre Swift. But I'm gonna go. I've loved Craig Reynolds since we got him in preseason. I like his all around abilities. He's not specifically great at one thing, but he's really good at everything. I would make him number 1. I like DeAndre Swift would be like that scat back who can make the big time play and he can get out in the pass. I would make him number 2. And Jamal Williams, number 3. He's that brawler back. He's going to go north and south, and it's going to take a couple people to take him down. I do like Jamar Jefferson to be a guy that can try to do a little bit of a breakaway. And Godwin Igwebuike will be in the practice squad because he keeps fumbling. What about you?
Number 1, Craig Reynolds. Number 2, Jamal Williams, and number 3 is Jamar Jefferson. If you want to watch where DeAndre Swift is, he's gone. He's traded. That's where he is. He's on another team.
Would you draft David Ojabo with a second pick in the first round? Yeah, if he's not going to fall that far. David Ojabo will not fall that far. I think David Ojabo won't make it past 15. If he fell to the second round,
I think he's talking about the second pick.
Imagine if you got Aiden Hutchinson and then Ojabo's there at the second round. Wouldn't that be hilarious?
And then they both bust. Yeah, that would be ironic.
It would be.
Honestly, I'd say no, because I think if you're gonna go for a raw, talented edge rusher, there's a few of those guys already in this class. I already talked about Drake Jackson and Malik Harrison. There's a bunch. If you want some really talented edge rushers who's gonna need some development, there's a lot of those guys already in this draft. Especially if you go edge first. I think if you go edge with your first pick, I don't know if you go with your second pick. But yeah, I'd say no, especially if you go Hutch with your first pick.
Ojabo will go a lot higher than people think. I think he won't be there available for us. So it's not even a thought. That would be a. Sometimes a player does drop though. You're just like, what in the frick? Why is this player dropping? Like Awusa Karamoa last year, he dropped. It's like, come on, man, get this guy. But I just don't think he does.
Ojabo's measurements could drop him depending on how his measurements go. And
what
other guys,
because you know about Dan Campbell bringing to the team. Sorry, I probably spelt his name wrong. What's Dan Campbell bringing to the team? I think he's bringing a spirit that we haven't had here. Somebody that's been a player who understands what players go through. That's not think he's a dictator. kind of like Matt Patricia, where he thought he was the greatest thing. I think he's bringing more level-headed, somebody that understands what the players go through, and I think that's something that we haven't had here in Detroit. In a sense, probably Jim Caldwell, a more even-keeled guy that kind of understands and respects the players, because Matt Patricia was not that. He did not respect the players, and Dan Campbell was a player. Someone said, why would you be trading Swift? We're not going to be trading Swift. I don't see it happening. So
You trade Swift because he's replaceable.
But he's not going to get traded, man. Swift's speed is underrated. I do think, like, when he can get the open space, he is a big-time playmaker. He can hit that big play. That's why I liked him in the draft. Even though if you look at Indianapolis, they probably definitely made the better decision.
I was thinking about it earlier. It's crazy how Swift went from like the consensus number 1 and number 2 running back in his class to arguably probably not even top 6, and that is a crazy thing to happen.
I think that what's issue with Swift is just he's got to stay healthy. If he can stay healthy, I think some of this narrative can go away. But 2 years of being banged up, get this guy healthy, see what he can do. I think he is special. But we always get these special running backs like a Javid Best or somebody that just can't stay healthy. Not comparing him to Javid Best. I feel like Javid Best, he was really special. Unfortunately, his career was over due to concussions. But, man, we just got to stay healthy. We do. Do you think the Lions will re-sign Josh Reynolds? Yeah, I do. I think they will re-sign Josh Reynolds. At this point, Jared Goff likes him. It was clear he wanted to come to Detroit. That's why he wanted to be released. And as soon as he's released, Jared Goff and him were texting like, we got to get you on the team. Are you here yet? I think he will be a Detroit Lion. I think the Lions re-sign him. I don't think it's going to be a massive contract, but it will be a good, solid player, a good depth player for the Lions wide receiver core, because we're going to upgrade this position. I think we re-sign him. I think we pick up a free agent wide receiver, probably a big name that we've talked about earlier on this podcast, and then we draft one. I think this core is going to be it's going to go from one of the worst starting this year to probably one of the better ones starting next year, Antonio Hightower.
Yeah, I think it will. I do think we will re-sign Josh Reynolds. Probably not for much, and I don't know how long they will re-sign him for, because I think they plan on revamping the core as a whole throughout this offseason and probably heading into next. So I think he's gonna get a new contract. I don't know how much. Probably not too much, but I do think he's getting a new contract.
Tony Hightower, we're about to close this bad boy out. What do you want to say to the folks? And I want to make sure I say again, Merry Christmas to you and your family. What do you got to say to the folks as we close this bad boy out?
It's great coming in here with you guys, talking some Lions. Sewell was overdrafted. TJ Hawkins is not a top 6 tight end.
Oh, my God.
Folks, he's trolling you. This is what he does. I know this. I'm on the other end of it. He's trolling you. That's what Antonio Hightower does. But without the trolling, I want to make sure everybody has a Merry Christmas. Enjoy it with your family. Everybody hang out, and take this time to just enjoy life and enjoy it with your families. That's what it's all about. I will have a video dropping on Saturday, the mailbag segment on Christmas. Watch it on your spare time if you have any. But, hey, if you're like, no, I'm going to spend it with the family, totally get it, because I would be in that boat as well. On Sunday, we will be live on my channel for Lions vs. Atlanta Falcons. Going to be a good one. We'll see if Goff plays. We'll see if the Lions can get another win. And we got to watch what the Jacksonville Jaguars do, because we're still doing draft watch and the Rams. So with that said, folks, you all have a Merry, Merry Christmas. And I will see you guys on